Long ago, before roads and cars, before phones and noise, there was a peaceful village called Nkara. It was a place full of laughter, song, and dancing. Every evening, when the sun began to hide behind the hills, a deep sound filled the air. Boom, boom, boom. It was the sacred drum. Men, women, and children came out to dance. The drum spoke, and the people answered with joy. The river sang along. The crops grew tall. The animals played without fear. The land was happy, and so were the people. But the sacred drum was not just a drum. It was a gift from the ancestors, a living spirit of the land. The elders always warned. Play it only to honor. Never for fun. For many years, everyone obeyed. Until one day, they forgot. That evening, the people danced wildly. They shouted, they laughed, they hit the drum without prayers. They played for fun, not for thanks. That night, the drum went silent. When the morning came, the river stopped moving. The farms turned yellow. The sky was dull and empty. The birds flew away. The animals hid. The people became weak. The elders called a meeting. Their faces were full of fear. They said, "The drum is cursed. Never touch it again." They took the drum deep into the forest and covered it with leaves. After that day, there was no music, no dancing, and no joy. Years passed. Children grew up in silence. In that silence lived a boy named Eo. He had never heard the sacred drum, but every night he dreamed of it. In his dream, he heard the sound softly. Boom, boom, boom. Like a heart calling his name. He asked the elders one morning, "Why don't we play the drum anymore?" The oldest man looked at him with fear in his eyes.
"Never go near it, boy. Never touch it."
But the more they warned him, the stronger the dream became. Every night, the sound grew louder. Until one strange night, the moon turned red. The wind stopped. The animals hid. The air felt heavy. Eo woke up. The sound from his dream was now real, coming from the forest. He followed it. Barefoot. Hungry. Afraid. The forest trees stood still like tall watchers. The ground was cold. The wind whispered his name. Eo. Eo. Then he saw it under a pile of dry leaves, the sacred drum. It looked old, but warm, as if something was alive inside it. Eo knelt and touched the drum. At once, the ground shook. The sky turned dark. The wind stopped. Boom! A loud sound rolled through the hills. Back in the village, people screamed. The river dried to sand. The farms turned grey. The animals ran away. A small girl saw Eo walking out of the forest. His right hand was glowing like fire. She shouted, "I saw him." He touched the drum. The elders did not punish him. They just turned away. Because deep down, they knew the truth. The curse came from their own mistake, not from Eo. But they were too afraid to admit it. Eo ran into the forest again. He walked for 2 days, weak and alone. He cried as he walked. The spirit of the land. When his legs could no longer move, he fell beside a dry river. Then he heard a soft voice. "Child of Nkara." Eo looked up. A woman was standing before him. Her skin shined like gold under the moon. Her hair was full of green leaves. Her eyes glowed like lights from the river. "Who are you?" Eo asked. "I am Nia, spirit of the land," she said. "The drum you touch is my heart. Your people broke their promise. That is why the land is angry." Eo's eyes filled with tears. "Can it be fixed?" he asked. "Yes," Nia said softly, "but someone must give up what they love most." Eo thought for a long time. He loved to sing. He loved to tell stories. His voice was his joy. But he loved his people more. He stood up slowly and said, "Then I will give up my voice." Nia nodded. Her eyes shone brighter. "Then the land will live again." They returned to Nkara. Eo walked back to the village. The sky was grey. The ground was dry. Everyone stood silent, waiting. He walked to the center of the village where the sacred drum sat. He placed his glowing hand on it. He opened his mouth to sing. But no sound came out. His voice was gone. The drum began to shine. The wind started to blow again. The river began to sing. The crops turned green. The birds returned. The children laughed. The mothers danced. The fathers sang. The whole land came back to life. Eo stood quietly, smiling. He could not speak anymore, but he was happy. The legend lives forever. Many years passed. The story of Eo spread to every village around. Children were told, "Never forget to honor the gifts of the ancestors." Whenever the new children played the sacred drum, something strange happened. They didn't just hear beats. They heard stories. The drum spoke in Eo's voice, telling tales, singing songs, keeping the land alive. And when the red moon returned, those who listened closely could hear the drum whisper. He gave up his voice, so the land could speak forever. The people of Nkara never forgot again. And every time the drum spoke, the land smiled. Boom, boom, boom. The heartbeat of the ancestors lived on.